Taxpayer, that belongs to all the taxpayers. It's,
Right.
you know, public, and plus there were no signs, no trespassing. There are now, since Salem Now has been there. I'll never forget that the board took off for us, and there was an officer left, and he looked at us and he said, "How much more time do you have left to tape?" And I don't remember if it was Jan Schlickman or Kevin Harvey said about 10, 15 minutes, and the officer said, this was the day before Easter too, so I would have spent Easter in jail. He said about 10, 15 minutes, and the officer said, "Well, good, get all you can." It might sound crazy, but I mean, when things like that happen, it makes you think that way. And unfortunately, a few days later, if more people came out and didn't sit back because of the fear, we would have a lot more changes. Hopefully, those changes would be for all the better. You don't know until you do it. So I can't say pro or con whether it's better or not. But in the meantime, it's affecting me, and it's affecting the community. So at least, hopefully, again, I'm saying what's on your mind, but you're afraid to say. Seniors, they're afraid to lose their home. They're afraid to lose their medicine. They're afraid to lose their food. They're afraid to lose their income. I know, I spent 2 years trying to put together seniors, and they would have loved to come on the show, but the reason why they didn't is because they were afraid. So how could I handle this to still be able to help them without having their voice? I'm very proud of them now. They formed a committee. It's called the Salem City Support Group, and I'm very proud of them now. They're speaking up. They have no reason, Paul, to be afraid. Because I know one thing, we're here, and we're going to do all we can to make sure no one hurts them. Because we're all going to get there. And for some knotheads that don't understand what they've been through and what they're going through now, our poor seniors, to see the sacrifices that they've made over the years, and now to just be tossed aside like they are, to be hurt the way they are, it's sad. For somebody to ignore that, they haven't seen it. I've seen it. I took care of my mother, and I'd do it again in a moment, because didn't they take care of you?
Hey, thanks again for the info too. You as well.
Well, somebody said to me one time, Paul, what would you do if all the problems in Salem got fixed? And I said to them, number one, before that happens, I'll be dead. Number two, if all the things in Salem got fixed, I'd take nothing but nice things. And that's a good way to explain why we have On the Road with Salem Now and Salem Now. We can take both. On the Road with Salem Now is nothing really negative on that show. It can be anything. What makes it important? You make it important. It's just so nice to see the smiles that we put on people's faces. You know, they thank us for the information that we give them. And that's all we ask for. We don't ask for, like all the awards that we received, we still to this day don't look for them. I mean, we don't need any more. I mean, but we didn't even have to get one. That doesn't matter. Our gratitude is for the fact that we set out to do something for the community, and we feel we've accomplished that. And how do we know that? Well, people told us. And that you can't be better vindicated than by the words of the public. Hi, Sal.
Hello, how you doing?
You miss me?
Of course, always miss you.
I don't know whether to believe that or not.
Oh, you can believe it.
My start date was a Tuesday, so it was the first Tuesday of the month. And unbeknownst to me, that is a day that Salem Now is scheduled, but I learned very quickly. Well, you know, I arrived for work, you know, early, probably around 8:30, and I pulled into the driveway and pulled into a SATV parking space, and I noticed that there was a gentleman standing out by the front door, having a cigarette. And as I pulled into the Salem Access TV space, I could feel the eyes peering in the back of my head. So I, you know, knew that I had to, you know, introduce myself immediately. So I got out of my car with my briefcase and started walking towards the door and immediately said, "Hello, I'm Sal Russo. I'm the new executive director here at Salem Access TV." And the person said to me, "Well, hello, I'm Leo Jodoin. I'm the producer of Salem Now, and we're doing a live show this evening." So we chit-chatted outside for a little bit. Then we came inside and we proceeded to sit in my office where I am right now and probably talk for at least an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, just about things in general, really nothing to do with Salem Access TV that much, but just things in general. So that was my first encounter with Leo Jodoin, and you know, we've been friends since then.
All right. Now. Now. It's just very difficult to get away from this set. Besides being what it is, it also has that homey effect.
Right.
That the guests like when they're sitting there, because many times the guests, especially guests that were nervous, even up to police officers, they said before the show they were nervous. After the show, they always said that it felt like they were sitting in their living room. It was so comfortable up there. Did you hear us talking in the office? Maybe painting a sign on the window or something for the big show.
I'll do it. What do you want him to say? A big thing in your face? Salem Now, I've been on the crew for almost 7 years, I would say. 7 years, a little off and on, but yes, I've been assisting for 7 years. I've even been on Salem Now once or twice in front of the cameras, yes.